hits harder than any lie told. Opinionated news, we open the floor. Detroit voices pounding on the door. Open discussion, raw and real. Say what they don't, feel how we feel. The headlines spin in curated lines, but we decode the buried signs. Where are the girls the world forgot? We speak their names, they mean a lot. It's Monday night and the silence breaks. We call out the lies and the high stakes fakes. From the D to the net, yeah, we rise above all. Truth feels heavy and the evening feels odd. News that matters, no spin, no cost. We fight for the names that others lost. Cameras on and the pressure's high. Justice don't sleep and neither do I. They sell fear, we bring the facts. We hold the line when the system cracks. Open discussion, that Motor City heat, where silence breaks and voices meet. Facts get lost in the glitz and spin, but we don't forget where the truth begins. Girls gone missing, voices ignored. We open the wounds others have stored. It's Monday night and the silence breaks. We call out the lies and the high stakes fakes. From the D to the net, yeah, we rise above all. Truth feels heavy and the evening feels odd. News that matters, no spin, no cost. We fight for the names that others lost. It's deeper than views, more than a show. It's healing in waves, it's letting them know. We don't just report, we remember, we breathe. We challenge the silence and never leave. From Detroit truth to the nation's ears, we shine the light, we face the fears. Opinionated, unapologetically true. Every Monday we come through. It's Monday night and the silence breaks. We call out the lies and the high stakes fakes. From the D to the net, yeah, we rise above all. Truth feels heavy and the evening feels odd. News that matters, no spin, no cost. We fight for the names that others lost.
Hello. Thank you. Give me one moment to get my overlay off. One moment. Oh, everything is a double. Hi, thank you. Welcome to Opinionated News. You're here. I'm Miss Open. You can come in as we're always open. This discussion tonight, oh my gosh, the wrong background. Lord Jesus. We could pray for Miss Open. Miss Open got her wrong background, but we about to get it together right now. We're going to get it correct. We want y'all to know exactly where we are today. We are Open Discussion Detroit. And I want to thank those that are here tonight. And when I don't see my comments until now, but when I seen my one, I knew exactly who it was, Vibes Queen. I appreciate you for being here tonight, and I thank you. And so Detroit was very hot this weekend, you all. So we're going to talk about London Thomas and her case. But before then, we're going to talk about a few little small things before then. On Saturday, Ms. Open pulled up on a crime scene. And I noticed today, hi, Rock, thank you for being here. I did notice today that my live stream from Saturday is actually circulating now. I went from having like 100 views. I'm up to almost 300 now. So it's circulating. But what happened was I was watching Mark DeAndre on Facebook. Shout out to Mark DeAndre. Also, I was watching King Roman News on YouTube at the same time. Shout out to King Roman News. And he happened to be at a location close to my house. He said it was a standoff at Chicago and Hubble. And so me being a news reporter and all, you would think I would just jump up and run because I know it's close. No, I sat there and watched the live for 20, 30 minutes. But then I was like, well, let me go. So I jump up and I go. And when I get there, as soon as I get there, the standoff is pretty much over. Everybody walking off. The guy did surrender. But I am going to show you all, I believe it's a 1-minute clip of how it went. And so, oh, thank you, Vibes. Thank you. I'm trying to get in the algorithm, and I did gain. I'm up to 349 as of now. I started this morning off with 346, I believe. So I gained 3 subscribers today from that little footage. And so I do appreciate those that did subscribe that may come back and watch the replay. But we're going to show you the clip that this is not the one I ran. I ran up on it, but this is not my footage. This is footage thanks to Metro Detroit, I believe. But I want to flash my disclaimer real quick to make sure, let everyone know this is news reporting and educational purposes. Oh, Lord. And I didn't even put it. Look, it's y'all, my stuff all backed up because I had everything. Just for those that I want to let you all know, I had game night on Friday night. If you were not here, you missed a good time. And so I had to delete all of my regular stuff. Let me get my background back. Matter of fact, I'm just going to let you all know where you are today. Let's see. Y'all got to pray for them. I'm just going to put my cards back there. I put my traffic jammers because I can't find out which one it is. But I had to re-upload all my stuff, y'all. So y'all pray for me. But I am going to show you all this 1-minute clip. But I want to let everyone know that this is news reporting and educational purposes. And this is all fair use. Let's see what this comment say. Logo gone too. I can add that real quick. That's no problem. I appreciate you for noticing that, Vibes Queen. I can add that real quick because I hadn't been back live on StreamYard since. And I had a big day today. I had a lot going on. You all had my baby, Mondays, my baby had band practice from 6 to 8. So we ended up, having to do that. I worked earlier. I had to pick her up from school at 2, though. So she went to the library. I'm tired. Miss Open didn't get here at about 9 o'clock. And I had to rush and make sure everything was in because some stuff won't load from my phone. I have to load it in my laptop. But we here. And so I'm going to go ahead and show this clip. I know I see I gained another person. We're just talking about the standoff that happened here in Detroit. It started about 3 or 4 o'clock. But let me give you the backstory first. The backstory is I found out more information than what I had on my live stream. So he did a hit and run. And in the process of doing a hit and run, of course, a traffic violation came on. Police got behind him, and he tried to flee the police. I believe he did the hit and run. It was not in the city of Detroit. It was one of the suburbs. I'm not going to say because I'm not sure. But wherever he did the hit and run, he led them into Detroit where he got into an accident, and he barricaded himself in the car. Upon research in my live, I believe I said allegedly they said kids was in the car. From what I seen, nothing about kids. So I'm going to go ahead and actually share that footage in just a moment. Welcome, Warrior. I appreciate you being here. We're about to play the clip real quick, and then we'll continue to talk about it before we get into the London Thomas case, because y'all are here for that tonight. And there's a couple of updates you probably seen circulating, but Miss Update gonna update you here at Opinionated News. Now let me get the clip for you. It's a 2-minute clip, you all. So here we go. On Saturday, May 3rd, at the intersection of Hubble and Chicago Boulevard in Detroit, Michigan, the police had a standoff.
But the souls disconnected where the street lights flicker like they scared of the night, and the echoes of sirens sing a lullaby.
Put that killer's ass! You know they scared!
Grind, don't sleep. Every day's war, gotta fight just to eat. Block stay hot, sirens gon' ring. Mama shed tears, choir don't sing. East to the west, yeah, we.
I just wanted to show you all the process. So yes, Miss Open was down there in the midst of all that stuff, y'all. I made it a little late. I didn't see that part. As soon as I pulled up, that's what was going on. And I'm like, damn, I missed it. Everybody start walking off from that point. But I'm going to run up on one of those clips real soon. And also here in Detroit, which I don't believe I have that footage tonight. Let me see. I don't believe I do have the footage, but we also had a young lady. It was a fight outside of, on 8 Mile, outside of a Foot Locker, you all. And the fight pursued into a pow-pow fight. And a young lady injured, and I think I do have that clip. I apologize. I have it. And a young lady injured 4 gentlemen. 2 of them are now unalived, and the other 2 are, one is recovering at one hospital and the other one is recovering somewhere else. But I'm gonna show y'all that clip too. I just want to show y'all what's going on in the city of Detroit right now. This is Open Discussion Detroit for those that do not know. So before we get into the London Thomas case, because that is what we hear about, I just wanted to, show y'all a few clippings. And I do have a new story that just happened at 7:00 tonight. I'll just have to make a video of that because by the time next Monday come, but a 17-year-old little girl just got shot in the head in Hamtramck. And y'all might remember the name Hamtramck from when the little boy was in the street and he kept saying Hamtramck. And so y'all pray for the city of Detroit. Once it started getting hot and warming up a little bit, the city go crazy. And it ain't even been hot. Like today, it was a little cold. It warmed up towards the end. It's been gloomy, but the days that it get hot. Because probably a block down the street from my house, somebody's car got stripped. When I was pulling down the service drive today, I'm like, oh my gosh. So now, let me show you all the clip of the young lady. She finally turned, I'm showing you the clip from today. She turned herself in. So we're going to show that clip real quick. Okay, y'all hearing my...
With breaking news from Hamtramck, where police say a teenager has been shot in the head.
Fox News' Dave Spencer is live on the scene right now with the very latest. And what do you know at this point, Dave?
Yeah, it's a very active scene. Not much information to go on, so I'm just going to step out of the way and let you see it for yourself. Where we're at is a neighborhood here, and you're seeing some evidence markers next to some shell casings, and there's about 4 within view here. But this is a wide scene. Howard's going to just zoom out and give you kind of a scope of what the crime scene tape is encompassing. This is a neighborhood in Hamtramck with apartment buildings and then this parking lot in the center of it. And we know that police have been on here for an hour plus. We're not sure when this all started or what brought them here, what the phone call was. What we do have confirmed by police, and it's just this one fact, is that a 17-year-old girl was shot in the head. Her condition is unknown at this time. I also tried to check with police here on scene who won't give me any comment if they're actively searching for anyone else. Now, we're not aware of any other victims. However, this police investigation, as we mentioned, is very large in scope. This is in an area just off of 75 and Caniff in Hamtramck here. There were a lot of people that were out and about earlier. However, not so much now. The witnesses have seemingly gone in while police continue to conduct their investigation. We're told that we will learn more, maybe not this evening, but they still have a lot of work to do. And then they said once it's wrapped up, they're going to give us any information. What we do know confirmed right now is that a 17-year-old girl was shot in the head. Now, what led up to any of this, that's still unknown. If there's anyone else involved, that's also unknown. This all likely transpired right here in this parking lot earlier this evening. And if we get any updates, we will, of course, bring them to you live. Reporting live in Hamtramck, Dave Spencer, Fox 2 News.
Dave, you obviously...
All right. I'm sorry, you all. I thought, because when I was uploading both of them, one of them needed me to convert it, and I didn't have time to convert it. I was already 2 minutes late for you all, and I'm like, y'all know I don't like to be late. I like to be on time. Thank you to the 2 other people that just did join. If you're new here, I'm Miss Open, and I thank you for coming in. You're tuned in to the Open Discussion Detroit. But now we're about to lead into the London Thomas case. Now, of course, I'm going to put up my... If you all remember the map that I made, I'm going to put that up in just a moment. because I added more dates to it now and more, more incidents. As of today, the two suspects they were not releasing the information. We were correct last week that it is the boyfriend. His name, we finally have a name. His name is Jalen Pendergrass, 23 years old. Now, everybody's saying boyfriend. The lawyer is saying ex. He said they were ex-boyfriend and girlfriend. So that may play a part. And his mother, 48-year-old Charlotte Pendergrass. They both were held in custody until Friday. They picked them up Saturday, 4/26, which I'm going to show all y'all that. And they held them. So I'm going to go ahead and put the map up. You won't see me, but you will see the map. So here we go. But you can still hear me. So once again, we'll start from the beginning of the case. On April 5th, London left home with her sister to go get her hair braided. From April on, and she ended up dropping her off after getting her hair done late that night. It was a Saturday, to her boyfriend, who you see pictured here on the left at the top. That is Jalen Pendergrass. Her sister dropped her off there. On the 6th, once her sister didn't get in contact with her, she checked location and her phone pinged in Westland. No one seen or heard from her for 2 more weeks. London's body then was found on 4/26/2025. She was found in Southfield, Michigan, in an SUV, and she had been there for 2 weeks without anyone knowing. Now, on that same day, they arrested, well, they held them in custody. I'm not going to always say arrested, but Jalen Pendergrass, 23 years old, and his mother pictured at the bottom left, Miss Charlotte Pendergrass. Now, they released them both on Friday. Now, I'm going to go ahead and take them off the screen real quick so you all can see me. Thank you to the new person that joined. I appreciate you. On Friday, they released both of them after being held. I'm going to show you a clip soon, but after being held for 100 and something hours, they released them. But on Friday, a few hours after Charlotte was released, they picked her up on basically lying to the police. So neither one of them are being charged right now because we don't even know the cause of death of London Thomas. The medical examiner has not, determined all of that yet. So we're still waiting on all of that. This is a new case. So they released Charlotte, but they picked her up 3 hours later. Jalen was still free and had been released. They picked him up yesterday. I'm not going to say last night. They picked him up on Sunday and charged him with the crime of false. I wish I would have wrote it down. I do apologize. We'll hear it in the thing, but he went something from 2024. Neither one of them are being held for any of what's going on. Thank you, Vibes Queen. I appreciate you. But neither of them are being held for the crime of London Thomas yet, but they are in custody. They both do have bonds. I know Charlotte's bond is $50,000. Wasn't able to get enough research to find out because it just happened last night to find out exactly how much Jalen's bond is. But I'm going to show you the clip of I just put it together. I chopped it down real good. It's only 2 minutes because a bunch been going on everywhere. And then we'll continue to talk about it. Let me make sure. I believe it's a 1 minute, 48 second clip. It's going to detail Friday what happened with Charlotte. And then it's going to show a little clip of what happened with Jalen on yesterday. Now, once they picked them up on last Saturday, the 26th, on the 28th, that Monday, they had a balloon release and a vigil for London Thomas. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to go. I seen that it was going to be happening, but it was going on at 7:45, and of course, my daughter has practice. But they will have another vigil on May 10th, which I believe is this Friday, if I'm not mistaken. But they're going to have another vigil. I'm going to find out the location. They told me it will be in Redford, but I don't know the exact location. But Ms. Open will get down there, get some footage, and I'm hopeful to be able to talk to a few people and get some more, some more insight. But I'm going to go ahead and show the clip of what went down.
Yeah.
This exclusive video showing the woman arrested and charged for lying to police officers during this investigation.
Charlotte Pendergrass was back in custody less than 3 hours after she was released from the Inkster Police Department Friday. Pendergrass arraigned on a 4-year felony of lying to police as they investigate the death of London Thomas, the 17-year-old who went missing last month and whose body was discovered in an SUV in Southfield last week. Pendergrass's defense attorney, Terry Johnson.
Let's go back to a week ago. They were turned in on a homicide charge, and they were held approximately 129, 130 hours, violation of their rights. And we're going to do something. We've got this, we've got that, and they come out with lying to a police officer. I mean, they are doing nothing but grasping at straws at this point.
Meanwhile, London Thomas's family reacting to Pendergrass's criminal charge.
I could feel it in my heart when I was talking to her that she was lying when she said that London had left.
Justina Martin says Pendergrass's relative was in a relationship with Thomas. She was last seen at a Pendergrass family home on Carlisle in Inkster April 5th.
I want justice for my granddaughter. And I know she lying. I know she had something to do with my granddaughter's death. I believe she killed my granddaughter.
Yes, that is correct. Shortly after this arraignment, he'll be transported to Oakland County Jail, where that's where he can post the bond and receive the GPS tether from their tether unit. Yes, you are correct, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Okay, you all, I found my disclaimer. So I wanted to flash that real quick, and I'm going to take it off. And I do see my new people that came in. I appreciate you, Platinum and Mels. I'm going to get y'all comments up there in 1 second. I appreciate you. Hey, Platinum, welcome. Welcome, Contagious. Oh, it's okay, boo. It's okay. I ain't going to be here too long. I had a hard, long day, so I ran the 2 little quick stories real quick that happened here. Detroit been hot this weekend. And Warrior, I flashed your comment during that first clip, and I overlooked the meant to acknowledge. Yes, Philly is bad. I be saying a lot about Philly, but Detroit is hot out here in these streets. Very hot, and it's very sad and scary. But it ain't really scary. It's weird. But at the end of the day, I want to talk about London Thomas in this case because it's disheartening that a mother is charged with harming a 17-year-old baby. Well, she ain't charged yet, but allegedly a suspect of London Thomas being unalive. Now, me and my sister was holding this conversation last night or night before. Like, she has a son. And, of course, her son is dating and everything. And so I asked her, I was like, if your son came to you and asked you to help him do something with his, girlfriend, would you do that? And she said no. So this all to me relates back to something is wrong. Like, I'm going to flash that little map again because these are both their mug shots. And everybody was saying that you can see in both their eyes that they had something is wrong with the mom and him. So actually, I'll just flash this one because they need to go to jail and be in there forever. But at the end of the day, I don't know, like, not saying that London Thomas should be unalive, but why did the mom have to enable, aid, abet, whatever she did? She could be the one who have done it. We don't know. This is all allegedly right now, you guys. But I just wanted to flash them again real quick. But to me, it's like, first of all, they shouldn't even have been dating. And so everybody, like, of course, there's been a lot of talk in the news, and everybody's saying they can't wait for the medical examiner to find out what was the cause of death, based on the fact that some people are alleging that they believe London was pregnant. Hey, Bobby, thank you for coming in, dropping in. We just talking about the London Thomas case. And so people are alleging that she may have been with child. Now, that is not facts. Like I said, they're just saying that. But we don't know what led up to her. We don't even know what day she actually, they did what they did. But at the end of the day, the mom, that's why she's arrested, because she said, hey, she came in our house, she was here, but she left. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, I was there. I had thought about that too. And then I started seeing other people. I've been on YouTube and Facebook just doing comments and reading and, you know, trying to get what I can get. But we're not sure what led up. But as the evidence continue to unfold, you all, we're going to continue to come out here and talk about it. And you may see stories ahead of mine that's already got the tea out. But for me, I'm not rushing the tea fast. This is going to be a long, ongoing case. I want to make sure I have accurate details and be able to bring the content effectively. So I'm not going to rush because, you know, I knew on Saturday that, you know, the lady was locked back up. But I didn't want to rush and just put the story out. No, I said, because I noticed my videos aren't circulating like my lives are. Now, Platinum said, they look like they've been plotting all their life to do this. Shaking my head. They look like they might have been born into a family of incest. I'm not sure. The looks is strong. And if y'all paid attention to the news clip, like when they were showing her at her arraignment, like she just didn't look all the way there. But at the end of the day, that still does not justify what they did to London. Thank you, Vibes. Yes, y'all. Oh, y'all know Miss Open don't ask. I be forgetting. I just like to talk and get into the content. Please hit the like button for your girl. Miss Open is all, you know, we getting there. We getting there. Miss Open is getting in the algorithm now. I noticed that. I've been doing a few verticals. So if you haven't checked out the vertical lives, get in there and check them out. And I'm going to try to do more vertical lives. But I've been doing them, and the verticals have actually been helping me. Let's see. Raquel said, I'm still here listening, y'all. Okay, shop on, girl. I was supposed to go grocery shopping today. Ain't happen. I brought a couple of little things. I didn't shop. I just bought a couple of little things, y'all. Because remember, I got my card back. But heck no, it doesn't. Girl, y'all know my short term. Platinum, y'all know my short term is messed up. Oh, you saying the justification. Okay. Hey, Kenyatta, thank you for joining in. Thank you. Now, y'all ain't missed much. We're just talking about London Thomas. I did start out by talking about two other little things that happened in the city. Well, three things that happened in the city over the weekend. Well, two of them did, and one of them happened tonight at 7 o'clock. So if you missed this part of if you're just coming in, go back and watch the earlier part of the replay and, you know, see what happened. It was currently at 7 o'clock tonight, a 17-year-old girl was pow-powed in the head. And thank you, Drill, for being here. Thank you. I appreciate all of you all. And then, of course, I shared the standoff that I went to, but Miss Open made it late. But Miss Open going to be on the case. Miss Open going to get her a shirt. And I already have the microphone. I got to get me some labels printed so people will know that, hey, she a news reporter. She get, you know, granted, I'm a street journalist, but I'm going to get me a shirt so people will be more open to tell me their stories. Because I'm, you know, start putting my foot on the ground. Because I don't like having to take these clips from other people. I prefer to have my own footage. Like, even though I know it's the news and everybody, you know, clipping the news, I want to bring my own authentic, original news. And so I also, you know, told y'all about the standoff, the baby that got, you know, pow earlier tonight. And it was also a fight that happened at 8 Mile at the Foot Locker, where a 19-year-old girl ended up pow-powing 4 guys, and 2 of them are now unalive. The other 2 are recovering. And she was on the run from Saturday until today, but she turned herself in. And so, like, the streets are getting hot out here. That's why we're going to keep the cars out here. The traffic is jamming. It's getting hot. But let's get back to London. Now, it was some clips of her mom and all of that. It was just so many clips, and I just don't want to fill up the live stream with other people clips and stuff. But, you know, everybody's heartbroken. And so, like I said, hopefully on Friday, which I'm not going to schedule. We're having game night for sure. I'm not going to schedule the time until I know what time her vigil is. Last time it was 7:45. So that if it is 7:45, the live will still be at 10. I only stay about 15 minutes from the Retford area, and I'll be able to get there quickly. But we're going to try to, you know, get out there and get the visual. And I'm going to try to talk, see if I can make headway. I'm real, like, people like to talk to me anyway. And I have a aura about myself that draws people in. And I'm going to see if I can talk to one of the aunts, because it was an aunt that was on the news clipping. You know, they're upset and they want justice for London. And we hope that they get justice for London. What y'all in here talking about? I appreciate my traffic lights, Mel. I appreciate you. I really do. Now, and I see I got some new people. Thank you for tuning in. Now, how do y'all feel about the mom? Like, I'm going to overlook because it starts from the head and goes down. Like, I know most of you are mothers. And most of you, I think, are like Raquel. I know you got all boys or whatever. Raquel, are you willing to help one of your babies do something to they I just want to see the sanity of people, because like for me, I'm not doing nothing. Let me see what Rob said, me working their nerves. Oh girl, I know I'll be doing that in your chat too. Tan they nerves up. I'm sorry. We sorry, y'all. We be tearing little people up. But at the end of the day, London should not have went away however she went away. We don't know how yet. We're gonna find out soon as the medical. That's something I probably will make into a video and still come out and talk about it on Mondays, because I try to keep my segments separate and keep a flow, and I don't want to overpower. You got boys too, don't you? Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm just making sure. Because, I know, I'm not helping nobody do nothing. I'm calling the police on my kid. I called the police on her last 2 Mondays ago, and she didn't even really do nothing. You think I'm going to, as soon as she say, Mama, can you help me? 911. My baby trying to get me hemmed up. She going to jail, prison. I'm not doing it. And this is not a laughing matter. I'm just saying, I'm dead not doing it. Let me see what y'all say. Hold on. Raquel said, I'm not helping my kids commit no crimes or covering it up. But, some moms are. And I found out that mom-son relationship, especially when you've been a good mom, is strong. And some mothers are weak enough to fall victim to their sons. And I believe it was Mike one day in one of my love discussions. He was saying something about how the coddling of the moms with the boys. And now that's why they're not real men out here. Now, what did Mel says? I've got 2 boys, and I'm calling and telling too. I ain't even got a boy. My daughter, she pull any stunt, I'm calling the police. I don't care what it is. I don't care. Thank you, Platinum, for my traffic lights. You do the time, you do the crime. And that's always been my thing with the way I parent my daughter. I always punish her, and I make her crime fit the punishment. And everything go hand in hand. And so when my baby stole before, when she was 7, I called the fucking police. When she stole at 9 again, I called the fucking police. Because if you don't rectify their behavior, because I'm quite sure, we're not sure what's going on, but I'm quite sure he's been acting out through time. Now, he and London has been together for 3 years. So, allegedly, they've been together for 3 years. So, whatever led to it, that was not, if they got into an altercation or anything, that could not have been the first time. And maybe the mom had some envy towards the little girl. She's a pretty little girl, and maybe her son was showing London way more attention than he was, he was used to showing his mom, and now London came into place. I don't know the full story. This is all allegedly. I'm just throwing out theories out there until we get the real facts. Now let's say Kenyatta said, because I read that. Now here she go. I'll never stop loving them, and I'm gonna stick beside them. But now you gotta be held accountable, and that's definitely gotta be held accountable. At the end of the day, I always tell my daughter, don't do anything that you're, basically not proud of. You understand? Nothing that because I don't walk in shame. As y'all can see, I'm very open. I tell everything. So I try to teach my daughter not to do anything that she's going to be ashamed of. Nothing that's going to cause her to be in jail. And that's why we have to start teaching emotional intelligence early. And this is a prime example on why I say young people shouldn't be dating and mating, period. They should not be dating and mating. They're not, especially in age, not even just with age, because some people can be 21, 22, 23, like this guy. And I believe he was not strong enough in his mindset and his emotions to control whatever it is that he and London was going through. And he reacted. This is just my theory on the situation. He reacted. And I believe the mom, baby, we're gonna figure this out. Because come to find out, whatever the house was where London and the car, from what I gathered, is a connection to them. Of course, we all know that, but they're not telling the connection. So we still don't know who lives in Southfield. Remember, now the news was saying a Clawson woman. I seen 3 different news sources that said the lady stayed in Clawson. Clawson is far from Inkster. So maybe he stayed in Inkster. The mom stayed in Clawson. I'm not sure, but who stayed in Southfield? Yeah. Oh, yes, Kenyatta, you missed it. I'm gonna put the clip up here. Not the clip, but the timeline. This is the timeline. Let me move that comment real quick. I'm trying to work this StreamYard. Yes. Now, oh, they racist there, Drea? Now, once again, we're going to pay more attention to the white at the bottom. But at the top, of course, that is Jalen, 23 years old, the son of Charla. Charla is 48 years old. So Charla is in our age range, you all. Charla is not an old lady. You know, Charla is, in our age range. That's why I was asking these questions. But, of course, they got arrested on the 26th. And they were just held. And they were held for, according to the lawyer, 129 to 130 hours. But they both got out on Friday, May 2nd. But 3 hours after Charlotte was released, she was picked back up for lying to the police, saying that London did leave the house. So they saying she lied. So that's why she's locked up. Jalen stayed free Friday night and Saturday. He was picked up Sunday on some charge that he did September of 2024 in Novi, Michigan. So I don't know exactly which precincts either of them are in at the moment, but I will get more information. I will bring that back to you. But I just wanted to show you, yes, those are both the mom and the son, Charlotte Pendergrass and Jalen Pendergrass, and they have been arrested, but on non-related charges to the crime. Now, Kenyatta say he looked like he gonna tell it all. Girl, I don't know. On the clip that I showed in the news, he had a virtual, because it was on Sunday. So he had where she went into court on Friday. He had a virtual one on Sunday from the precinct and the jail or whatever. But he was sitting there biting his fingers and nibbling and, looking scared. And he may tell, but we're going to wait and find out. We're going to see exactly what happened. And being that London was picked up on April 26th, Saturday made a week. I'm sorry, not Saturday. This Saturday will make a week. So therefore, I'm hoping the medical examiner have something by Monday. That's my plan. Hopefully by next Monday. It has been the week. I'm sorry, it's been 9 days since the baby been picked up and her body's been with the medical examiner. Now, and I'm not sure if London, like how bad her body was. I'm not sure if they're going to have a funeral for her or if she's going to be cremated. I'm hopeful to get that information. There will be a vigil, the second vigil on May 10th. And so, like I said, Miss Open's going to get out there and put her boots on the ground. Might take me a fan because I think it's supposed to be a little hot on Saturday. And I'm going to get out there and put my boots in the ground and get some real information from the people. Now, let's see. No, it's not even the fact that they have conflicting stories. Wait, hold on. Yeah, she do look unhinged. But I don't even think it's the fact that they have conflicting stories. They're not being held on the homicide charge or anything right now. They're held on 2 separate charges for 2 different things. But I believe, like, the grandmother got on the news and said, hey, I knew she was lying when she said London left that house. And being that, I guess they found, like I said, they found the connection between the house in Southfield and the house that was in Inkster, along with the car. They just have not released that information to the public yet. So at the end of the day, was that car registered to Charlotte? You know what I'm saying? But according to the lawyer, they just, making up a whole bunch of, that's his job, though, as a defense attorney. And I don't know, like, I always wanted to be a lawyer and stuff. And I said, I wanted to be a defense attorney, but I don't think I would want, me looking back, I'm glad I didn't go do that, because you're going to be setting, if he is a good lawyer like Johnny Cochran, and if they are guilty and they go to court them people can be set back free on the streets. But to me, it looks like they're gonna need some mental health evaluations going on. They don't look sane to me. They don't look sane to me. She was in the car for I'm not going to say 2 weeks for sure. I'm not going to say that because we're not sure how long she was in the car. She was missing for 2 weeks before she was found in the car. Now, did they keep her in the house for 4 or 5 days and then take her? But everybody has, all the news sources have been saying, you know, oh, she was found in the car. She was in the car for 2 weeks. We don't know that until the medical examiner say, hey, you know, she could have sat at home, you know, in a house or in the basement. We have a lot of basements here. I have a basement, and I was telling somebody the other day, I don't occupy my basement. I'm scared of my basement. Like, you know, anything could have been down there back before I had this house. I don't do the basement. So she could have been in the basement somewhere before she got put in the car. And they already knew she left, but she didn't leave. That's the whole thing. She went there and never returned to where she was supposed to go. She never. So I'm assuming if she got there on the 5th and her phone disappeared on the 6th, I'm believing her time of death would be on between the 5th and the 6th sometime, but we don't have that information until the medical examiner does his job or the coroner. Now let's see. Platinum say I'm still listening. Okay, thank you. It's okay. I appreciate you. Y'all know I just be up here talking and bringing out what I can bring out. And like I told you, I'm not going to be here long. We have already been here for 41 minutes and 45 seconds, and I appreciate you all. Yeah, Ms. Open is real tired today. And so I'm not going to be able to be here too long. That's why I wanted to bring them couple of stories real quick and just flash them to y'all and, you know, update y'all on London. Because when I left off last Monday, we just knew it was two suspects. We didn't know for real, even though I suspected it was him. And I also suspected it was his mom from what I seen on the social media. Now we have real evidence that it is them that were picked up. Now we're just waiting on them to get all the evidence so they can be charged. I still haven't heard anything. I've been searching and searching about the guy that burnt the 3 individuals in the car because he was held. He went back to jail, but nothing related to that homicide either. So I've been digging up on my stories, y'all, but I can't find no new information. So might have to find out how to get into one of them databases and, you know, be up in there. So I'll know who going to court when and where and everything. And not to go off topic, but y'all do know like the Diddy trial sort of started today, the jury selection and all that type of stuff. But I don't want to bring that to this platform, but I might be bringing it over there to Opinionated News Station because it's going to get juicy. And y'all know Miss Open Nosy, y'all. Y'all know she like to be in the know. But I want you all to continue to pray for everybody involved in all these cases, you all. Remember, London Thomas had a mom, a dad, a stepdad, a grandma. You know, she had a lot of people that loved her. And they, of course, they said she was a sweet little thing. She didn't deserve whatever happened to her. And they're going to be in, you know, they're going to be in for a while because not only did they lose her, now they have to get justice for her. And, you know, sometimes getting justice causes more pain than the actual pain that was already caused because you got to stay on them. You got to go to the, you know, precinct. You got to say, hey, you got any new updates, you know? And I just can't imagine. Like, I haven't had a tragedy where someone was unalived in my family. I've had passings, but no unalivings, you know? I've known people that then got pow, but they survived and things like that. So I just can't imagine. Y'all pray for her. And I also pray for, like, I'm going to tell y'all, continue, please pray for my city. As we see this weekend, it was a guy on Facebook. Oh, I don't even have my phone over here with me. But he was joking, saying how he was like in 72 hours and he had like 8 things that had happened in 72 hours here in Detroit. And he's like, y'all, it ain't even hot yet. And it's, you know, it's sad. It's going to get dangerous. And even though it's going to be a little dangerous, Ms. Open going to be out there getting them dangerous stories. Just y'all pray for them, please. Now, also pray for the 19-year-old girl that took the life of 2 guys. Now, I'm not sure. They said that these individuals knew each other. From what I got about her story, it was a 2-on-2. So I'm not sure how 4 ended up being unalive. So I'm assuming it was 2 guys against 2 guys. And then she opened up fire on everybody. And, you know, it's sad, but she had to turn herself in today. I'm going to get more information on the 17-year-old girl that was just harmed in Hamtramck. We're not sure how or why, but or if she's, they just said she got pow, so we're not sure if she's alive or not. But I'm gonna be on the stories early in the morning when I get up at 6. I'm gonna be all up on everything, and I'm gonna start taking better notes, y'all. I ain't took no notes, but I really ain't have time today. And I had a busy little weekend a little bit, and then today was hard, so I had to rush my stuff into my StreamYard. But it's gonna get better. But tomorrow is Open Understands too, which I really don't understand this situation. But we're gonna be talking about Shannon Sharpe again because it's some more information that came out about him and a couple of other little celebrity things that's going on. So if you're interested in that, you all please be here for that tomorrow. And like I said, we're gonna continue to follow the London story all the way through. Every chance, every update we can, I'm going to make sure I build the story, but I'm only going to bring it out on Mondays. I'm only bringing it out on Mondays. I want to make sure all the information is accurate that we're getting, but we're waiting on the medical examiner. And then hopefully once the medical examiner say, hey, this is how it happened, hopefully it'll connect the dots to the Pendergrasses and they can, we can get justice for London because there's a lot of our babies, not being here anymore due to the hands. I appreciate all the traffic lights, praying hands for everybody. I really do. I thank you all so much. And like I said, I'm so tired, so I'm not going to be here any much longer. I was trying to get me a full hour tonight, but I don't think Miss Open going to make the hour. Y'all pray for me. I'm trying to hold it together. And I do apologize for those that probably clicked around 10. I didn't get here to 10:02. And I like to be punctual. That's good business, So I look at, YouTube as a business. I look at this as a job for me, even though I ain't getting paid yet. I'm volunteering. I'm volunteering my services, but I like to be punctual. I like to show up for my people, and I appreciate all of you all. To my new subscribers that may come back and watch this, I thank you. So if you don't know where you are at Opinionated News. We hold different discussions every day, Monday through Thursday. And on Friday, we have game night. So come here to the news station and you can get a variety of everything. I'm basically a variety channel. Let me tell y'all, I had some pepper spray. Let me tell you about this. I had to spray this bitch. This was a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, maybe. I'm at Costco's. I come out of Costco's and I always, I park at this particular parking spot where it's the blue lines where but that's where they push the carts at anyway. So I'm on the phone talking to somebody, put my stuff in the car, push my buggy there. And next thing you know, this Karen hits the top of my hood. And then she started pointing at me and then pointing at the buggy. And I'm like, bitch, what? Me and her get into a little altercation and I had me some pepper spray on my thing and I sprayed that hole and I pulled off on the plug. So I hope she okay. but I hope she okay, y'all. Pray for the lady. But the Karen, like, why you mad because I left the buggy there? It's not affecting you. You were leaving the store anyway. Like, people just be trying you. But I got something a little more than pepper spray. Like, she wasn't worth the pepper spray. But I got something a little heavy for him. But at the end of the day, like, one thing about me, I know I'm covered. I'm covered by the blood. And, I'm doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. I'm going to get out here, bring my stories. My channel's going to grow. I'm going to do, way more on my channel once it does grow. Because I have this summer, I have some new content that I'm going to be bringing. And I don't know if I should start a new channel for this content. And it's going to be good. But it ties with my news channel. So I think I should bring it here. But yes, I want you all to, just continue to pray for everybody. Because Ms. Open going to get out of here. It's just going to be the regular little 3-minute outro tonight. But I thank those that did come in, listen to the content. It's going to get better. My commentary going to get better. Because one thing about me, I'm not really good at talking about people, even in a good way or a bad way like that. But I'm going to get better. I'm good at talking about myself. But I know y'all get bored with me just talking about myself and rambling. But I thank all of you for being here tonight. Come back tomorrow. We're talking about Shannon. Not sure. I might not have a Wednesday like I did this Wednesday. Not sure yet. Thursday. We will be here. My daughter has a band concert. It starts at 7. We should be out of there by 8:30. So my love discussion, which the title this week is The Title Holder versus the Side Chick. And so y'all know Miss Open get a little crazy on Thursday leading into Friday. So y'all come here. I made my thumbnail. I just hadn't scheduled a live yet because I was concerned about timing because of my daughter's band performance. But I think I could still be here at 10. Might be a little drab like I am now, but I'm going to try to pick up the pace a little bit. You know, y'all know I like to be on a high frequency, and I ain't on a high frequency today. And it was due to the weather as well. We had bad weather, and that messes with my mood. It's weird. But thank you all. I'm going to be getting out of here. Let me find make sure I press the correct thing. And I thank you all, and hopefully I'll see you all somewhere in the streets tomorrow day because the streets got hot. But thank you for being here. Good night.
Breaking through the static, no filter, no breaks. Opinionated news, yeah, we're raising the stakes. Truth on the move, no slowing us down. We're jamming the traffic, taking over the town. You hit that button, now you're in the ride. No detours here, we're shifting the tide. Like it, share it, spread the fire. Subscribe today, take the movement higher. No stop signs, no red lights. We're jamming the traffic, turn up the mic. Headlines roll, but we cut through the spin. Loud and clear, let the real talk begin. Thanks to you, we're breaking the mold. Opinionated news, fearless and bold. You hit that button, now you're in the ride. No detours here, we're shifting the tide. Like it, share it, spread the fire. Subscribe today, take the movement higher. No stop signs, no red lights. We're jamming the traffic, turn up the mic. No backing down, no slowing the pace. We flood the streets with truth and grace. Every click, every view, every voice, every stand. Together we rise hand in hand. So here's to you, the fearless, the proud. Opinionated news, we're speaking loud. Jamming the traffic, breaking the chain. Like, share, subscribe, let's do it again. Turn up the mic. Headlines roll, but we cut through the spin. Loud and clear, let the real talk begin. Thanks to you, we're breaking the mold. Opinionated news, fearless the mic. No backing down, no slowing the pace. Slowing the pace. We flood the streets with truth and grace. Every click, every view, every voice, every stand. Together we rise hand in hand. So here's to you, the fearless, the proud. Opinionated news, we're speaking loud. Jamming the traffic, breaking the chain. Like, share, subscribe, let's do it again.